Hey guys, it's drcurvy here and we're back with another video. Today's a special video. We are doing a tier list video for patch 3.3c. And I know it's a little early that we are getting this patch tier list. It's not even 3.3c yet, but I looked at the support changes and there isn't much of a big change for support. Only Leona got a change, which is great, but we'll discuss that later on. So that's why I decided to make this tier list now. So how is this tier list breakdown? Like, how did I decide where everyone goes? Well, this is based on my experience and based on, how many people play these champions, based on pick rates, based on ban rates, etc., etc. As you can see, we got it to S, A, and B. Those are the rankings, and we have two different types of tiers that somewhat could be ranked, but we'll see. And yeah, the reason why I put all these champions into place is because that I feel like this is where I see them, like in the next patch and even now. So yeah, I feel like everyone is placed in the right spot, in my opinion. Okay, so this is my opinion. So make sure you guys don't get, flaming in the comments. This is what I feel. This is what I see when I play in Diamond, and what I see in Master, Legendary, Q, etc. Okay, so let's begin. That was a long ass intro. So yeah, we have Yuumi banned. You can count this as SSS tier, but I always ban her personally, and I know some of my fellow support mains out there who even I see in the enemy team ban Yuumi. So that makes sense. Even if she was nerfed in 3.3b with the health reduction, she still has the kit. The problem with Yuumi in PC is they nerf everything else on Yuumi except her second skill, which is that adaptive damage passive. And that's the most broken part about her, and they're not hitting that mark. Yet they're gonna buff her in PC next patch. So it's kind of stupid. But anyway, let's start with the S tier. So we have Nami, Janna, Lulu, Thresh, Nautilus, and Braum. Nami, Janna, Lulu, and Janna, Lulu. It's no brainer that these are one of the best enchanters that we have at the moment. One, because they can make your ADC look like $1 million. Like they can tear the house down boots. Like I feel like they can really make your ADC really good even though they're really bad. I remember, I don't know who I played out of these three, but I think I played Nami, and my ADC was a support main as well, and they played Ezreal. So when they played Ezreal, they know the T, they know what I do, they know what, fellow support mains do. He actually got fed in the end of the match, and not just them, but everyone in my team because of how powerful these three champs kit are. Nami's third skill has that on-hit damage with the slow. Janna has her third skill with shield with the attack damage increase, which gives you around 46 attack damage at max rank. Lulu has her third skill as well. Everyone has good third skills here. That shields them, and don't forget Lulu's Whimsy, her second skill, where, if there's an aggressive tank, you can just use your second skill and cancel them out and immobilize them, and you can turn the fight around immediately. Yeah, if I have some gameplays of Lulu, Janna, and Nami in my channel, and you can see how I play them, and I do go a bit more in depth on these champions while in that in-game commentary. So yeah. Also with Janna is a very strong peeler. I have to say this, Samira just released, right? And, she's broken, whatever. And I don't really ban her because I ban Yuumi more. So I don't really ban Samira. But so Samira, her best support should be someone who is initiating, who is a tank. That's why I brought Thresh, Nautilus, and Braum, and Leona as well in the list here. They're kind of high up. But the problem is, once there's engager and an initiator, Janna will be there to disengage. She is the queen of disengage, and so is Nami with her ultimate. But unlike Nami, Janna has it as an ability and not an ultimate. And yeah, that's really something else. So yeah, I put Janna there too. Nami is higher up than Janna because her second skill is really nice, and her Aqua Prison, her first skill, I think it's somewhat more effective in a prolonged team fight. Janna, people can just build merc treads and just cancel out the duration of not cancel, reduce the duration of her tornado, and I think Nami has more fightability. I don't know if that word. She can stand toe to toe properly if she can, and Janna can just get squashed. Same with Lulu, but Lulu has her ultimate, and that's what makes Lulu so strong. Is that ultimate. And yeah, it could really save a fight, especially with a lot of tanks, not tanks, a lot of bruisers who need that extra boost of health, etc., etc. Now Thresh, Nautilus, and Braum. I don't see much Threshes getting played, but if someone plays Thresh, it is over. A lot of the Thresh players out there are one tricks for real. I don't see anyone who just like me. I'm a variety. I play whoever. I don't one trick someone. I should though. But anyway, I don't see much casual Threshes. I see a lot of pro Threshes, some one trick Threshes, and they really know their stuff. They really know how to. I don't know why. It's so crazy. They know how to do their champion well. And yeah, they just know how to protect their ADC, and people and those Thresh players know how to throw their lantern, save their carry, etc., etc. Same with Nautilus. Nautilus has a lot of peel and a lot of CC. I would call him the tank Janna because there's so much CC that you can bring to the table, along with Leona, obviously, CC. But yeah, he has that root. He has that shield. Also, don't forget that ultimate. That ultimate was buffed recently. Nautilus got buffed recently, and his ultimate ratio when the knockup happens is a bit wider. I think 2 people could get hit instead of 1 or 3. I'm not sure, but I've played a match. I played a match as Janna, I think, and we had a Nautilus in our team, and he ulted one of the set, but then it hit them both. I thought that was my tornado, but it was actually the Nautilus knockup, and he's very tanky. He got buffed recently, so I put him a little higher than Leona here because Leona's changes are not that big, which we'll discuss later on. Now Braum. I would call Braum the sleeper pick. He has a lot of utility as well. Like his first skill slow, the second skill armor increase or armor and magic resist, I think, where he jumps near an ally, and then the combo it with the shield, the unbreakable shield. That is really good. And his ultimate is also a good initiator, kind of like a Nami wave, but a bit slower. Not a bit slower, but a bit more predictable to catch because you can see him do the jump animation. He's good as well. Underrated. I myself never played Braum, but I know a Braum when I see one, especially with my experiences on PC like that. He needs to be played more. I'm just scared of playing tanks in general for my case because it's not a comfort pick for me to play tanks, and I mostly do well with like Sonas and Janna, Namis, Lulus, Sennas, like that. But I am slowly learning, but yeah. Now let's move on to the A tier. That was the S tier. So we got Little Miss Leona, Karma, Rakan, Sona, Lux, Senna, Blitzcrank, Alistair, and Pike. Now A tier is kind of you can put them wherever you want because S tier is, I think, tiered like the way I wanted to, but A tier is kind of like a balanced thing. So let's start with Leona. Leona in 3.3C. Now I'm going to tell you what changed to her. They buffed her ultimate stun ratio, the center, from 1.5 second stun to a 1.75 second stun. That's really good. It's a lot, actually. It's almost at 2 seconds. And a 0.25 is a lot, But yeah, not really much people play Leona. She has the potential, but she can get kited easily. And she could get focused as well. She could die a good Leona will survive if they know how to tank and protect her ADC. But unfortunately, she is in the A tier. She's been buffed a lot. They increased the length of the width of her third skill. They did this. They buffed that. She's been buffed more than nerfed, and I'm surprised not many people are playing her. But I guess in the right hands now, she'll be played more, especially with this change. I think this is the last straw, and everyone will play her. Especially with Samira now, and we need more good initiator tanks like Leona to get Samira up and running, because she really needs an initiator tank. So yeah. Karma. Now, a lot of a lot of like well-known WildRift content creators put Karma at S with Yumi. Yeah, I mean, I would agree to that, but I feel like Karma's a bit more in the middle side, like the balance side. Sure, you build her AP, she'll burst. Sure, you'll build her Enchanter, she'll, peel great. She'll peel great. She's kind of like a Lulu, actually, but more fighting. Yeehaw, yeehaw, fighting Ionia. Yeah, and her ult is a really good game changer as well, like Lulu, but I don't know, I don't think she brings that much to a team. The way I list these, like how much you can bring to a team, and sometimes you can bring during the lane. Sure, she can poke in the lane a lot, but I think she's kind of a bit squishy, that she could get focused down. Unlike Janna, Nami, and Lulu, they have some kit that will, let them escape. Yeah, Karma has her root on her second skill, but I don't know. I feel like the three enchanter supports on top could do the job better, but that doesn't mean she's bad. She's good in like a poke comp, like a Caitlyn. If she goes full AP and with a Caitlyn, I think you win that matchup. But I don't know. Anyways, Rakan. Rakan is a high risk, high reward type of champion. Like he would just do his thing and then go out. I think in the right hands he would be doing well. In a casual audience like me, I don't think I would do well on him. You need a lot of games to succeed on Rakan. So you must know the ins and outs, literally. You must know when to go in, and you must know when to go out, literally. Yeah, but if used well, his kit is really strong, especially if you get a 5-man charm. That is really something else. And like I said, I do need more practice on him, but a good Rakan will definitely win you the game. It just needs a lot more mastery. You need to play more matches to pick him up, and you'll probably succeed in the future. Sona. My love for Sona. I remember my Snapchat reminded me 2 years ago, it was 2020 March, and then I remember mastery sevening, that a word, Sona on PC, and I was like, wow, now we're here. Sona scales really well, but at the moment, she gets outclassed by the three on top. Here's why. Sona was nerfed recently on her shield, which is not bad, like I said. But she scales very late, like somewhere into the 18 to 20 minute mark. And these three, Nami, Lulu, and Janna, I feel like they could get that. They do well so early in the lane, and then they can do a bit more better. Like Sona is better, but Sona is higher than them, but they've been consistent throughout the match. Sona is really weak early. You really need to scale that. You really need to know how to position well as Sona. You really need to know how to poke properly without getting too traded out, and you have to make her scale into the late game. That's what I think Sona is. So yeah, Sona is the T. If you can, I've seen a lot of one-trick Sonas that made it to master and stuff like that, but they know what they're doing, and with enough matchup knowledge, I feel like you can succeed with Sona, which I want to play too. But I'm enjoying the three at the top at the moment. And let's see, Lux. Oh God, my channel. Yeah, I used to play Lux a lot. Lux is my most played champion in my account right now. 188 matches at a 59% win rate. And yeah, I don't see this is controversial yet, Brave, especially to my subscribers who love these champions, especially the one on B tier. But I don't think she is it right now. With the meta kind of shifting more to tanks, we kind of need enchanters that are able to fend off these tanks. You know what I'm saying? So it Thresh, Nautilus, and Braum will kill a Lux immediately on sight, especially Nautilus with that focus, with that on hit ultimate. Ooh, that's dangerous. So, but I have done a shield Lux build, and it's useful, but that's a lot of work, a lot of games played to really understand the grasp of it. You're doing well on your champion when you feel like you don't feel anything, you don't feel tense. It's just like a blank space. You're thinking something else. It's like you're kind of on autopilot, and you know what to do. You know. So as much as I love Lux, and I was this close to buying her Crystal Rose skin, I don't think she's really hot right now. If you played her right, and if your matchup is an enchanter, I think she would win. But I highly doubt it with the upcoming change in 3.3C. I feel like, especially with Samira, we're gonna see a lot of changes. Another controversial champion that I play a lot, Senna. Ugh, Senna. Senna is good on tanks, to be honest. But, um, yeah, I don't know. Senna isn't performing well as I hoped. She wasn't even nerfed. I think Kraken was nerfed. Kraken Slayer. Not Kraken Slayer. Fleet? Or Lethal. There was one rune that really affected her it was Grasp. I think Grasp got buffed right now. So I don't know. But in general, in lane, yeah, I don't think, because she needs souls. That's the problem. I think Grasp is buffed, actually. I'm not sure. I need to double check on this. But because I was playing Wukong, and I heard that he does well with Grasp. But anyway, the thing with Senna is she's strong and she's an ADC, but she lacks souls. She needs souls. You really need to be on the lookout for souls no matter what you can. We have to be in that mindset of like, oh, I forgot I have to get souls. And like Sona, she needs to scale really hard and hope she can reach the late game. She needs to be in lane most of the time because she really needs those souls, or in the jungle. But unlike Sona, Senna can actually get to late game if she has enough souls and she can pop off. But yeah, it's a bit risky for her. Especially with her being ranged and squishy, she can immediately get focused down by these tanks on the S tier. So yeah, I think I'll check on Senna more often and see what happens. But for now, I don't think she's it right now. Anyways, Blitzcrank, I should have actually put him a bit higher. I should put him next to Sona. But like I said, this is no order. I was against a really good Blitzcrank, and he really shut me down. He knew the stuff. He knew the stuff how to play Blitzcrank, and the only drawback with Blitzcrank, and that's why he's kind of here, is because of if you miss one hook, it's over. You're kind of useless until unless your hook comes back on, you know. So yeah, he needs to really be snowballing to get the ball rolling with his ADC. And I was against one actually. Was it a few matches ago? And I was playing Jana, and obviously when I was hooked, I immediately pressed my Q before I was hooked, and then tapped the Q. I mean the first skill, the tornado, and then we turned around the fight. That's how it works, And it's really easier to, and I know the width of his first skill was increased, but it's really obvious when he's gonna throw. You have to make it spontaneous. But yeah. Alistair. Now, I think I'm the only one who plays Alistair in this game. Because I posted a video. The Samira's counter is Alistair because it's a tank. And wow, this is one of my favorite champions ever. I never got to play Alistair on PC because it was so hard to do his combo. In WildRift, it's a breeze because of the ping differences, I think, then the buffering for when you're gonna press the next ability. But yeah, this is a very fun champion, very tanky as well. If you build him like pure armor or mixed or pure magic resist, he will peel for you. He will just walk through the enemy team like it's nothing. I love this champion, and he really needs to be played more. Him and Braum are very underrated in the tank support category. I mean, it's already there. I don't know why people aren't using them as much. But I need to look at more of the one tricks out there on the champion leaderboards. But yeah, Alistair, one of a kind. Love it. Underrated. Gets countered easily by Lulu. Yeah. I was Lulu against an Alistair. I counterpicked him because whenever he does his combo, I will immediately use my second skill and cancel out that thing. And he's already in front of us. So we're going to focus him down. Period. Okay, Pike. Pike is actually buffed. But no one seems to play him. And this is a really hard champion because you really need to know when to go invisible and when to do your combo, when to throw your hook, when to throw your this. And I think in Pike's case as well, you need to roam. You need to roam a lot. You need to make use of that passive that here's your gold. And yeah, I guess people are just not willing to learn him as much. You know, I that's because that's me right now. Pike seems fun, but it seems like it's a hard to learn but very rewarding champion once you master it. And especially once you get that reset with his ultimate, it's an easy pentakill and you're gonna be rich. You could be the one doing the most damage in the damage charts later on. So yeah, Pike underrated again. So yeah, make sure you guys pick him up. I think he's good against the top three enchanters, unless you know they're good at countering you, because they do have some sort of disengage. You know, you're better off picking other champs. Okay, so we're now moving on to the B tier. B. Okay, so we have Soraka, Galio, Seraphine, Morgana. Soraka. I heard a YouTuber say this. His name was Atomic Rift on YouTube. I think he's Challenger. He commented to my reply and I was shook. Anyways, Soraka is very strong. But if you don't if and if and if an enemy team and if the enemy team doesn't buy anti-heal, you win. But the problem with Soraka is she's kind of a situational champion in my opinion. Sure, she gives a lot of heals. You know, she her ultimate is like, hallelujah, I'm healed. You know? But I don't know, she just lacks what those three enchanters have, you know? Because I mean, the thing she lacks is she doesn't really buff her ADC as much. The only time she does that is when she heals and then you proc your Ardents or your what's that? Staff of Flowing Water. That's it. You know, she doesn't really bring anything else except that silence, but you know, that's not a buff to the allies. That silence is huge though, especially in a crowded team fight. But yeah, another bigger counter is anti-heal. Once you go to higher ranks, everyone's gonna start building anti-heal. And that's dangerous. I remember me and my ADC, I think we had an Ami as a enemy support. We both bought anti-heal because we don't want that Nami to heal us to heal herself up that much. And Soraka heals a lot. And I remember I was playing Soraka and the enemy Karma bought Oblivion Orb. That kind of rendered my healing in the early game, but I still won. So yeah, if you fingers crossed and that the enemy team doesn't build anti-heal on you, you're fine. But considering people are getting more and more aware, you have to really make plays properly and, you know, see if you can heal as much as you can even with anti-heal, you know, because you can still win. You just have to be careful and make sure you shut that target down, the one who has anti-heal. But yeah, Galio. I was messing around with Galio in practice tool the other day. Was playing tank. He actually is decent, but I don't know. But he's still a mage tank. Even with tanky items, he's not gonna be a tank like Nautilus or Rammus. So he's kind of in between, like a B. That's why I put B between. He needs more. His kit is actually perfect, you know, with his third skill, the knock up, and then the taunt. But yeah, when he initiates, it's so far sometimes that I feel like the ADC can't react. You know, unless you have a duo and you guys are in voice call, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and make sure you be a bit closer so you can get in range, etc., like that. And his ultimate in team fights is very useful. That boom, I don't know what it's called. That that something called Grand Entrance. I think it's Grand Entrance. Let's see your ultimate. Wait, I don't know, but yeah, Galio. I need to try him out, but people have tried him out, and yeah, I guess situational as well, you know. But yeah, oh god, we're moving to her. Okay, this is how my channel grew. My channel grew because of her. Ooh, people are gonna get mad for this one. Yeah, I put Seraphine in B. I don't know. I feel like she's stronger as a mid lane. You know, I think that was the point when she was released. You know, because yeah, she her second skill is you're very useful, especially if you max it out. You know, but I don't know. I feel like every enchanter on the top can do it better. You know, she does, and I feel like she's better like as a mid laner mage. And I know you can build her mage support. I don't know. There's other options out there. Same with Morgana. You know, kind of like a Blitzcrank situation, but I don't know. People play her more in jungle, and I feel like she isn't as scary as she was in PC. I don't know why. I have that trouble too because there was a phase where I was playing. Morgana. And yeah, like I don't know. Seraphine and Morgana lack something in the support role. You know, they can play jungle or mid lane or Baron lane. They would probably do well. But in this scenario, yeah, it's a bit tricky. My point of view could change in patch 3.4, but you know, I'm not saying they're bad that you shouldn't play them in the lanes, but they're just missing something compared to the others at the top, you know. Oh, before I move on, I forgot to add Brand here. I would add Brand around the A tier as well. Probably a bit probably in between Lux and Senna. Unlike Seraphine has that that runway model charm. But the problem is it misses. You can get the entire enemy team, but but there's a chance that it could miss. Brand, on the other hand, it bounces, and then his passive will proc on all of them, and everyone will explode from the flames. And when you build him Leandries with Rylai's, with Ludens, with armor penetration, with Oblivion Orb, with what's that, Tear of the Goddess for mana, he actually gets scary in the end. You know, I've stolen dragons with his ultimate. He's pretty strong, and he deserves A tier. And I know I didn't add him because I forgot. You know, but yeah. So those are the S, A, Bs, and bans. Let's move on to niche, but could work. You know, Amumu. Okay, there's a trend in PC right now where he's OP. Amumu support is OP, and I'm surprised no one has done it in WildRift yet. And I'm gonna do some limit testing, some beta testing about this, and I'll get back to y'all. It's niche, but could work. Shen support was a thing. I don't know about in PC anymore if he's a thing, but the taunt is really good. But I feel like you have to rely on flash sometimes if you can't do the distance. Champion supports with range, like these enchanters and mages and stuff, can actually like poke you out, especially Sona or Nami's ebb and flow, etc. So yeah, it's a bit risky, but that second skill is very useful, like on a trade situation. But yeah, I mean, if you have enough practice, it could work. It's niche though, but it could work. Set support was a thing when Set was a bit broken. I don't know about now. I don't know. I've seen people on WildRift do it. But he, like Shen, he could get poked out easily. Imagine if you have an Ashe ADC. He does his third skill and it misses. And he will get traded off for that because he wasted his time there, and they will just poke him out. So yeah, but And another problem is items. The reason why these supports wouldn't work, the niche but could work section, is because you need items. I feel like Seth needs to be ahead, not to be sharing gold with the ADC, so that he can do damage and pop off and fight. I feel like they need items. So yeah, niche but could work. Malphite. If you build him tank, he could work. AP bursty but risky. He's squishy. The only advantage or pro I would say to Malphite is very good ultimate. That's pretty much it. And he has the tankiness like Alistar or Braum to peel, but unlike Malphite, Alistar has damage reduction on his ultimate. So if he could take a lot more than Malphite, because Malphite doesn't have that in his kit. I realize that now. But he does have an attack speed slow on his second skill or third skill, which is mostly useful on a 1v1 situation, not really in it works on a team fight if he lands it in a huge amount of people and they would all get their attack speed slow, but yeah. Oh god, Annie support. Annie support is niche, but could work. I have tried Annie support recently and it was so bad. I wasn't popping off. And like I've mentioned throughout so far, you really need items to be able to capitalize on your damage. You need to build your items to get the damage. And if people experiment more on builds, I feel like Annie support could work. She could be more of a support enchanter, and she has a lot of cooldowns. She can get her ultimate more, etc., etc. But yeah, it's niche but could work. Gragas support. I've seen people do this back in the day, but I think he's more now a jungler and a top laner. He did get buffed though, but that doesn't mean he's gonna be played in the support lane. Yeah, I mean he has a good his ultimate's really nice to engage on people. His third skill is nice to, start a fight, stun. He has some damage reduction, I think, on his second skill when he drinks. He gains it a bit, and then he gains a special attack once he drinks, on his next basic attack. But yeah, he's niche but could work. I mean, you never know that these people could be at the top in the future. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of supports that are going to come soon, and this is going to change a lot in patch 3.4. But we'll see. This is what we'll have for now in 3.3c. Should I mention Scion? I mean, it's niche but could work, but yeah, I don't see Scion. He was the support in PC, but I don't think he could make it here. But yeah, and I mentioned Brand here. He's not here. And yeah, that's the tier list. I hope you guys like this video. This was just an opinion based on what I've seen, based on what I played so far in this patch, this season. Please don't take it so seriously. If you guys have your own opinions, like who would you rank higher or lower, leave them in the comments below. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, like it, dislike it if you don't. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification bell. I do skin reviews in the future, hopefully 3.4. Reactions, gameplays, non-gameplay videos like this, side games. Probably I play other things in the future. I also have a podcast called the Pink Ward Podcast every Tuesday. A new episode was just posted on Tuesday, so you guys go check it out. That podcast is for talking about all things League of Legends, WildRift, PC, from events to skins, news, drama, you name it, we talk about it. And you can join my Discord. I have a Discord, link in the description. I need more people. Come on, get communication. What? I have a coffee. You can donate me and tip me. Your support. If you're doing that, you're supporting me and the channel. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this tier list video for patch 3.3c on supports. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.